Hi, welcome to Margaret Lewin Quilting. Today we are going to make this pincushion. What you're going to need for supplies is a ramekin and some wool. Now the wool that's in here is wool that I bought at Goodwill, brought it home, put it in the washing machine in hot water, shrunk it up good, which is called felting. And then I just cut 2 strips. They were about 5 inches wide and they were between 16 and 14 inches long. I did 2 different ones because I wanted the 2 different colors. The other thing that you're going to need is an upholsterer's needle. And this one is from a set that I've had for years. And you can see it's got some pretty big needles. And it's got the curved ones. I like the curved ones only because it makes it easier to go around here to get the wool together. You can use a straight needle. I used a straight one when I made this one. So you can use a straight needle, but I will be honest, the curved needle does make it a little bit easier. And you're gonna need some thread. That's all you need to do it. So if you'd like to see how I do this, stay tuned and I will show you how. So you can see here I have 2 strips of wool and they are actually, this one's more of a boiled wool. It's a really soft and pliable one. This is a stiffer one. This is a wool sweater that was knitted. You can see through here, it's pretty stiff. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see, first I wanna tell you how wide I cut these. These are cut at about 5 inches wide, both of them. This one's a little bit narrower, but about 5 inches wide. And they are approximately 16 inches long. This one's actually 16 and a quarter, and the second one is about 13 and a half. So 16, and this one's 14 and this one's 16. I did take them over to the sewing machine and I did zigzag them together just to kind of hold them in good and tight. All right. Then once I do that, I'm going to fold it in half. Then comes the fun because I'm going to start rolling it. Just going to take these and you can see I'm stretching it as I roll it. I'm just going to roll it as tight as I possibly can. Just pulling it and rolling it, getting it good and tight because this wool is a little bit stretchy. And these are just sweaters that, as I said, just sweaters that I picked up at Goodwill. I didn't pay very much for either one of them. This is the sleeve of one and this is the front of one of the other piece. And I'm just going to roll them as tight as I possibly can. So here I do, just roll it. So I got these at Goodwill. I brought them home and I just washed them in really hot water. Okay, so there's that part. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to set it right down into my ramekin dish. All right, and I'm pushing it in there. Next thing I'm going to do is grab some thread and a needle. And when I grab my thread, you're going to see I take a lot. Hang on just a second. I'm going to get quite a bit here. Because what I'm going to do, I'll snip it first. I'm going to take it and find my other end. Guess I should have hung on to it and I didn't. There it is. Find my other end. I'm going to put my 2 ends together. And then I'm going to find the center. Trying not to get a knot in it. Bring the centers together. All right, so this is my piece of thread. I actually have 4 strands here, so there's quite a bit. And you can see it, I think, on camera. Next thing I'm going to do is take this old packet of needles that I've had forever. They're upholsterer's needles, and I'm going to take this littler one that's hooked because the hook will help me get it through there. I should have my thimble with me, but I don't. It's in the house. And I'm just going to thread it. Oop. Trying not to lose it. All right. So now I've got that. Now I'm going to tie a good strong knot at the end of it, just because I really need it to stay put. My thread's not cooperating with me. This always reminds me of a doctor's suture needle, but I'm not a doctor, and the only surgery I'm performing is on a pincushion. All right, so I've got one knot in it. I am going to put a secondary one in it, just so that I get the knot a little bit bigger. So we now have taken 4 strands of thread, we've folded them in half, we've threaded them onto the needle, so now we actually have 8 strands going. So that's a good amount. I'm going to take this. Now this is where it just takes a little bit of patience. I'm going to loop this through, and I'm starting it down at the bottom. All right, and I'm just going to twist that sewing needle around and up. Now I'm going to go right back in that same area again and bring it up and around. Okay, and what this is doing is giving me a good base. And see, what I'm doing is I'm pulling it at the same time. All right, now I'm going to go through, catch that, and you can see here's my thread. I'm going underneath that so that I'm going to be securing all of it one more time. All right, so here we go. All right, now I'm going to start sewing it up. And I tended to have to, I did cut the second layer off a little bit shorter. You can see it's down in there. And I'm just going to pull this together. And I'm just going to keep sewing this right up as tight as I possibly can. Okay. Now remember, your stitches down here at the bottom can be a little bit sloppy because nobody's going to see them. These are going to be buried in your ramekin, which is now going to be your pincushion. All right. And here I go, just kind of pushing the needle through. These needles really are nice. You can do it with a regular straight needle, but they are nice because they really do help in pulling it all through. I hope I have enough thread here. I'm worried that maybe I didn't do enough at once. Here we go. So we're just gonna stitch this right up. You can see what I'm doing, I think. There we go. There's another one. There we go. See, it's just pulling it really nice and tight. I know I'm getting off camera here a little bit. I don't mean to be. Just keep pulling it just as tight as I can. It helps if you got somebody else to hold it for you while you thread it, but right now I don't have anybody to help, so I'm doing it on my own. And if I may say so, I think it's going to come out just fine. All right, here we go. All right, what do you think? There's my little pincushion. All right, so now I need to start thinking about anchoring what thread I have left, because I need to be able to have enough to tie it off and secure it. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try my best to get this tied into a knot of some sort. All right. Oh, there, I did it. Very proud of myself. Okay. See if we can, by chance, get one more. I don't know if I'm going to make it. We're going to try hard though. Here we go. Alrighty. We did it, I think. Well, almost. Now you can't see what I'm doing. I know you can't. I'm sorry. You got to get a big piece of thread that first time. That's really important, obviously. As you can see me struggling. All right. I think I've got it pretty good. I am going to cut this off, though. And I'm going to take my 2 sections, and I'm going to tie a knot right there if I've got enough string. I thought I had enough, but obviously I didn't. So make sure that when you cut your piece of string, you cut enough, okay? Because obviously mine was tight. All right, so there is the start of my pincushion. All right, I'm going to get it back into my ramekin, and I did have to kind of push it in there to make it. And there it is. It's all done. I think I am going to, I kind of push it out a little bit just to give it, you know, a little bit of a flavor. I don't know. Just push it out a little bit. What I liked about mine was when I got mine done, I was able to do this. So wait till you see what it is. See, it kind of raises the center up a little bit. See, you've got this raised. So isn't that cute? This is the other one that I made. So you can see I now have 2 of them. I'm going to leave one of them right here at the cutting table, probably this one. And I am going to put some hot glue right down on the base of this ramekin. So if I happen to pick it up by just the wool, it doesn't come apart on me. And this one is a little bit, it's not quite as tight in there. So that one I'm definitely going to hot glue gunning it down. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this cute little wool pincushion. Again, I made it from supplies that I basically really already had on hand. I had picked up some wool at Goodwill, and I just had shrunk it to do other wool projects with, and I ended up pulling it out of my stash and using it for this.